Hey guys, welcome back to another review. Today I am reviewing a not well-known movie. I'm reviewing Hot Summer Nights, starring Timothy Chalamet, Maika Monroe, Alex Rowe, Emory Cohen, and Thomas Jane, and was directed by Elijah Brenham. This is the only film he's actually made. And this film is about, in the summer of 1991, a sheltered teenage boy comes of age during a wild summer he spends on Cape Cod, getting rich from selling pot to gangsters, falling in love for the first time, partying, and eventually realizing that he is way over his head. Alright, positives. I thought the acting was good. Timothy Chalamet is really good in the movie. He is, while this is not the best performance I've seen from him, he's really good in this movie. He really sells the awkward teenage boy thing very well. All the supporting cast members are good. Alex Rowe's pretty intense in the movie. Thomas Jane's really good. William Fichtner is in a scene in the movie. He was threatening, but he's not in the movie very much. I think that was the only scene he was in. But he was good in the one scene he was in. The directing, really solid. For a first and time director, this is actually a really solid movie. With its directing, it's very energetic, which is not something I expected from an A24 movie. I expected it to be very slow moving, which is what I'm used to. This movie had very, very quick editing, very Edgar Wright style, almost very Edgar Wright and very Martin Scorsese, which I will get into that in a second. So yeah, the editing is really good. The cinematography is also excellent. This is a great looking movie. The colors pop, the cinematography is fluid, there's a lot of great shots. This movie just feels like the summertime, which is really hard to actually capture a feel in the movie, and this movie does it very well. Let's see. There were some scenes in the movie that were surprisingly intense. The scene with William Fichtner, that scene was probably the most tense of the movie. And this movie's not a thriller, yet it felt like one at times. And even though the movie I wouldn't call a straight up comedy, it definitely had some funny moments. There were some lines in the movie that were actually pretty funny. Definitely more of a crime drama, though. But the movie still has this fun vibe to it, so it's not a downer of a movie, if you know what I mean. I don't think this movie is tear-jerky worthy or anything like that. The soundtrack is killer, though. Great soundtrack this movie has. One of the reasons to watch it is because of it. Alright, what else? And also, surprisingly, this movie was not boring whatsoever. This movie was very entertaining from scene one to its conclusion. I do think it's a tad bit too long, though. But other than that, it's a very fast-moving movie. The film does a good job at never being boring. At times, it does get a little tedious because you're like, all right, movie, wrap up now. But that's doesn't really have anything to do with the pacing. Oh geez, sorry, I'm very tired right now. Woke up at 6:30. I'll watch a 3-hour movie, so yeah, I do that a lot. Oh boy, I'm tired. Alright, what else can I talk about? I don't want this one going on for very long, so I think I'm gonna talk about my negatives now. I don't have that much negatives to talk about, but one of them definitely is that the film has a lot of similarities to Martin Scorsese movies. Panning shots, oldies music, narration or voiceover. It has everything. I mean, even Caleb, my older brother Caleb, was like, This is very similar to Goodfellas, and since Goodfellas is like one of our favorite movies of all time, me and him couldn't help but seeing those comparisons. And then we're like, oh, but maybe it's just the style. But then there's a scene where a guy beats another guy with the handle of a gun. And we're like, this is downright Goodfellas. In Goodfellas, that also happened, in case you don't remember, but there's a scene where Ray Liotta beats a guy with the handle of a gun, a pistol, a revolver, for that case. This one also has a guy getting beaten in the face with a revolver. It's bloodier, but it's the same. Only except the context was different. But still, like, it's eerily close to Martin Scorsese's Goodfellas at times. We just don't have Joe Pesci in there, which is understandable. But yeah, just the way the movie feels a little too close to Martin Scorsese, almost to an uncomfortable degree. Even though it did help the movie not be boring, I feel like this movie is way too much like Martin Scorsese. It almost to the point where it doesn't really feel like it's homaging, almost just like it feels like it's taking. So if you have an issue with that, you might have some problems with this movie. For me, it was just kind of like, whatever. It was just like, whatever. Goodfellas is a very aspiring movie for filmmakers, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's what happened with Elijah Brenham, or whatever, how you pronounce his last name. But yeah, this... Yeah, I feel like it has a little too much comparisons to Goodfellas. Another thing is, the movie's a little too long. It's just like 10 minutes too long, where I'm like, all right, the movie's wrapping up. It's still going? Oh, okay. And then it ended a little shortly after, so if the movie was just a little shorter, the movie could have been not perfect, but it could have been a bit better. Alright, Alright, what else? Do I have any other negatives? I do not think so. Sorry. Alright, so let's conclude this. In conclusion, Hot Summer Nights is a very fun, enjoyable movie. It's not perfect in any way, but it is nowhere near as bad as I've heard it was. I'm going to give Hot Summer Nights a B+, and is pretty good. Pretty high rating, since I gave it the same rating I gave Midsommar, but to be honest, I enjoy this movie better than Midsommar. But also, they're both very different movies, so I can't really compare them. Alright, so if you've seen Hot Summer Nights, probably not, it's not that popular of a movie, but if you have seen it, what did you think about it? And if you haven't seen the movie, go check it out. It's a lot of fun. And if you like this video, give it a like, and I will see you guys next time.